Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Encore BET presents the Encore. Season 1, episode 7, Cherish. Y'all see we in a new location? Okay, that don't mean nothing. Although, I've been meaning to update you guys on what's going on at the house. I'm sure you've noticed some changes because now in the videos, if I am at home, I don't have the table there. That is because they came and took everything out of the house, all the furniture and all of that, because I guess they don't want anything in their way. And they are starting this week. It's only been about 2 months since it all happened. So I'm glad that, they're going to get rolling, and prayerfully by, I want to say the second or third week in August, we'll be squared away, and I can be giving you guys an update, meaning the final update after they have completed everything. But anyway, we are in Baton Rouge this week. My husband works out here, and he's always talking, I want y'all to come back with me, and I'm always like, not so I can be up in the hotel room with them two little ones all day while you at work. But he got us. He got me. It's their last week out of school. They go back to school next week. So I guess, we had to get a little family vacation in before their little summer break is over and before everybody gets back to the hustle and bustle of school. But that ain't why y'all here. Y'all here for the Encore review. So let me get on to it. So Misha's in the studio panhandling verses. She's, now that Aubrey is gone, she's like, can y'all got any more of them verses? Y'all got any more of them lines? Cause I feel like I'll redo them. They got to redo all the vocals. Felicia, she goes to find, oh, by the way, Cosign is still there. This is, right after Felicia and Fallon, well, not Fallon, but Felicia and Cosign were arguing. She goes and gets Fallon, and because that's what they do. She had to fill her in on what's going on. They both go back downstairs to the studio to check him. They attack him. They straight up attack him. Felicia go, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't want you on any more of, I don't want you on any of my songs, anything that I did. I don't want your production on any of it. And he's like, why are you attacking me? I'm not attacking you. It was just rah, 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 rah. They was mad. They was mad. I don't understand. I don't understand why. Excuse me. I don't understand why Fallon and Felicia thought that it was up to them, who produced what and who didn't. They really were on some, oh, let's get him out. Let's kick him off the island. We got to get him up out of here. Felicia's raising her voice. Fallon chimes in. Keely tries to chime in because Keely's so girl power. She's girl power, because she ain't hardly, for women's empowerment with the way she moves. But she has her back. She says that, everybody in the house should be standing with Felicia and not Cosign. I guess because he's a man. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And Fallon and Felicia are both wrong for doubling back and going back down to the studio to try to, drag this out some more, because it's really not that deep. It really is not that serious. It's really not. I can understand. I guess it might be disrespectful when you are in the studio, and I guess it's unprofessional to mash play on a song and then abruptly stop it. Because when he did it, Shamari was like, "Oh, so maybe she knows something too." Maybe she in on the on the studio etiquette, on the producer etiquette. I'm not. I ain't spent that much time in no studio. Not as much as they have. I have been in the studio before. I have recorded in the studio before, but I've never been on the end where I was making the beats. So I don't know what that would be like. They stop you in the studio all the time. Do that one again. It was a little flat. Now that I have dealt with. I have dealt with that. Them saying, no, let's do that one again. Let's do that one again. Again. This time, give me a little bit, more zhuzh with it. Give me a little, a little something, a little sauce in it. Throw a little something in there. been down that road, but never have I ever been a producer and somebody, you know, and I played my music for them and somebody said, no, stop that. So I couldn't understand why she was so upset, but I guess Fallon and Felicia, of course, you know, they leave, and everybody else in the room is just confused. So what what has happened? Cosign is filling Misha in, because at the same time Misha was in the booth, and so she is overhearing all the ruckus outside, and you know, she's like, so what done happened? And you know, they fill Misha in. Well, he fills Misha in on what's going on. Misha just wants to go back in the studio, you know, because like I said, she's panhandling verses. So Misha say, and listen, I'm gonna spend as much time in this studio as I possibly can before these girls come back up in here and tell me I gotta get out, because she ain't been able to get in there, you know, get in there good and do a whole bunch of singing like she wants to. And I'm just, at this point, both Misha and Irish are gonna have to hang that up. You can't be coming into this group with those same grievances that you had when you were in 702, because now you need to start, you know, reevaluating self and thinking, well, what is it about me that when I get in these groups, like, I don't be getting no singing parts? Then you'll realize maybe I ain't the best singer. There are soloists, and then there's background. You fall into the background. You're not a soloist, and there's no way we're gonna get you ready to be a soloist before, you know, their time is up. They only had, listen, can't nobody create no soloist in 30 days. I mean, unless you Miss Jan. I think Miss Jan can do it, but they ain't got Miss Jan. They got Cinnamon, who in there sometimes and sometimes won't see her. Because she ain't hardly gave nobody no vocal coaching. You know, like, maybe Misha, because she was helping her a little bit when they were in the studio. She was giving her a little bit of notes, but she ain't been there the whole time for that. So anyway, Keely, she heads back upstairs, you know, to stir the pot some more. After she done listened a little bit in the studio, she gonna head out and go back upstairs. And Pam comes right behind her. Pam is like, now you know what? The common denominator around here is Keely, because she goes around, stirs the pot with this one and with that one, you know, bone collecting and all of that. And Pam says she's sick of it. I'm sick of it. Pam had a real, well, her tone wasn't like forceful or nothing like that, but when Pam was talking, everybody was listening. And Keely even said the same thing. Like, she's like, Pam is very quiet, you know, so when she uses her words, we listen. She's just, it's just unfortunate that she decided to use those words on me. Girl, whatever. You are a pot stirrer, and you need to go. You need to go. You ain't helping. She ain't helping nothing but keep up the drama. I guess that's what we here for. I guess a little drama, a little music, you know, a little of both. Irish and Misha, they team Cosign. You know, they team Cosign because they finna get in and get on some songs now that Cosign, you know, is in charge. They don't see it for the twins. You know, in her confessional, Irish is like, I had a record deal when I was 12. She's always with that. I had. What are you doing today? Today, Fallon and Felicia writing songs, producing songs. Today, that's what they doing. Whether we hearing them or not, you know, because they giving them the Bieber and Ariana Grande and, you know, the pop artists. I mean, but still currently working. You, Irish, you not. And you ain't been. So all this, I sold way more records than them. Sold the fuck what? When was that? And you ain't sold shit. Mila was your bread and your butter. And if Mila wasn't in that group, child, it wouldn't be no 702. So I don't even understand why she's so, you know, arrogant about her standing, you know, as far as this group goes. We ain't looking up to you, girl. Just because you was in Mila. If Mila was in the house, I guarantee it would be completely different. If we gathered all of the soloists from groups, I think it would be different. We would see a different work ethic out of a lot of people. Like Shamari worked hard because she was the lead singer in her group. Nivea is a solo artist, so she's gonna work. Fallon and Felicia, they weren't. Well, yeah, they had most of the singing parts in their group. That's not to say because Farrah and Neosha can sing as well, but they always had Fallon and Felicia out front. Pam was the lead in her group, and I just like realized that like a couple of days ago when I was listening and told, I was thinking Pam done led all these songs. I forgot that. I forgot that she was always in the middle. She was always, the lead. Pam was the lead in her group. And so they probably should have had Mila come and not Misha and Irish, because they too hard up for a damn ooh and ah. They are too hard up for a part. And you can't even... That's probably mean to just say, girl, you're not that talented. But you're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. Anyway, it's like they're delusional. The next morning, they meet outside. They talk about redoing all of Aubrey's parts. Misha asked them, about maybe, do you think we should mention Aubrey? You think we should shout her out? Everybody like, psh. No, mention her. Shamari's like, no, we're not mentioning nobody. She's out. She's out of it. That was in my... Y'all remember... Listen, side note, let's get on up on the soapbox. Well, not a soapbox, but let's go down memory lane. Y'all remember when Flavor of Love was on the second season, when he brought New York back, and she told, I think she was talking to Boots, and she was like, "You're out of it." That's what they need to say to Misha. You're out of it, please. Anyway, they know they got to do all the parts. Misha said again, y'all got some more of them parts. Can I get on some of them parts? I ain't got but like 2 or 3 lines. Irish, but I ain't got but 2 lines. That's all you need, sis. That is all you need. Because that's all you can deliver. Y'all, at this point, throw them out there and let them do it all on their own, since they say that they just don't sold all the records and they've been doing it for way longer. Show me what you can do. That's why sis was telling her, do the record. Irish even had the nerve to say that the girls ain't brought nothing to the table but long wigs. And what have you brought? See, you can't be in that position where you are talentless and have this much to say. She's only standing on the fact that I was in 702. We sold way more records than Cherish. Okay. So what? So what? It doesn't mean anything today. Like today we listening to you and you don't sound good. Whereas Fallon and Felicia, all the songs y'all singing are because of them. They wrote it. What you mean they bring nothing to the table? Now I ain't gonna just ride and cape for Fallon and Felicia this hard, without correcting them, because they are very difficult to be, to deal with. They're difficult to get along with. It seems like nothing satisfies them. We're gonna see later on in the episode with that. They're just not easy to please and very, one track mind. The goal is to finish this album and it needs to be great. They want to catapult, off of this. Understandable, because everybody should be using the platform to, do more after the fact. But they have to learn how to, be cohesive with everybody. Like, you can't just pick, start fights with everybody in the house and burn bridges all over the place. And sometimes it's best to just humble yourself and allow somebody else to take charge. Okay, we get it. Y'all can write, y'all can produce, but Carlos King, they paying cosign to do a job. Let him do his job. It don't matter if you feel like he ain't doing it right. It don't matter if y'all feel like it ain't good enough, you know, or he's not doing enough. They still paid him to do it. That's why he here. Y'all are here to be a part of the group and to perform all of the songs, you know, dance, all of the dances. You're here to be a group member, not their manager, producer, choreographer. Like they really was trying to they had the takeover spirit going on. And then we see Shamari, she and Nivea, they're bonding over the fact that they're both mothers of twins. Keely and Felicia, they having a glass of wine, and Misha come in the kitchen, and she can tell Felicia is like visibly annoyed, and she's just like, oh, you all right? What's wrong? You okay? You know. And when you know you the reason, you know you the cause of somebody being upset, she extra. So was it something I said? What? You don't really like me, do you? Just go and get Misha. Damn. For somebody that don't want to be going back and forth with Phineas and Ferb, like she said, you sure do poke the bear a lot, Misha. You sure poke the bear a lot. I would have saw Felicia over there pouting and kept on moving. Because you mad. I'm not mad. And I don't care why you mad. Long as you don't direct none of that energy my way, I feel like I would have been alright. I wouldn't have needed no clarification on why you pouting. Fallon, she we also see that she goes back out there with Irish, and it's like y'all out there smoking y'all Benson and Hedges, your Newport shorts in a box with your brown liquors, and asking why we don't get no singing parts. You ain't drinking on your tea with lemon and honey. You ain't sucking on throat lozenges, you know, like you smoking a cig. No ma'am. No ma'am, we don't want all that phlegm and shit that be up in the throat area and in your chest because you're smoking all that nicotine. And they really wonder why. That's why. Fallon and Felicia be out there like, they out there smoking cigarettes. They don't need no parts. They can't do nothing but the oohs and the ahs. That's all we can trust. Fallon and Felicia, they in the studio, and they notice that Cosign has sent them flowers. Well, sent the house flowers and a whole gift basket full of wine, drinks, essential oils, candles. Like, he sent a whole nice little care package, you know, an apology care package. And just apologizing for the night before or the day before. All these days running together to me. But they like, Fallon and Felicia are like, them flowers, okay? He should have been addressing this to Felicia and Felicia only because he disrespected her, not the entire house. Whatever, girl. The rest of the ladies, they start filing into the studio. You know, they feel like, you know, they happy, you know, about the apology. They're like, well, thank you. Thank you for the drink. Thank you so much. Fallon and Felicia are in the studio kind of trying to listen to the songs. And, oh, sorry, we're listening to the songs. Can you guys, like, take that out there? It's kind of loud. Can't really hear it. They're like, excuse us. We just trying to look and see what the man done gifted us. Shit. Pam is just like, it takes a lot. You know, it takes a lot for people to humble themselves and apologize. So she's appreciative. Everybody's appreciative but Fallon, Felicia, and Keely. Because Keely, she say it's toxic. It's toxic masculinity. Anyway, Misha, she holds a burning ceremony. They gonna burn, you know, some stuff from their past. They was all supposed to bring something to burn, something to put in the fire. Keely, she got a bucket of chicken. Everybody bust out laughing. She like, see, this is why I want to throw this bucket of chicken in the fire. Because everybody thinks that this whole situation was a joke. And that, you know, that there wasn't more to it. And she says it was more to that whole situation. But everybody only wants to talk about the bucket of chicken being thrown. Whatever, girl. Throw your little bucket of chicken in the fire. You wanted to bring it up one more time, which is why you brought that whole bucket of KFC chicken. Fallon, she has a letter, and it's about, you know, I guess the group's fall from grace. She has daddy issues. They had went broke. It was, you know, a letter about, you know, what she's dealt with up until now as far as the industry goes and their standing in the industry and all of that. She blamed their daddy. I don't know what done happened with that, but Yeah. that was that letter, and Felicia's the one that had to read it because Fallon was sitting up there about to cry. So they throw that in there. Pam, she got a piece of paper that says lies, and so she wants to let that go. She got a lying thing. She had a lying spirit that had a hold of her, and she wants to, release that. She ain't lying. She ain't lying no more. She's lied a lot in her life, about family, friends, whatever. She was just a liar. She had, like I said, that lying spirit had a hold of her, and that's what she going through. That's what she getting rid of. She was the most transparent as far as that goes. I could appreciate that. Irish, she wants to let go of her fear of the studio. She says she's scared. That's what it is. Okay, girl. All right. Misha, she got leg warmers. She says she's not the best dancer and she's committed to doing better. She's not going to be, that's not going to be a hang up anymore. That's not going to stop her. She says, she's going to work hard, and her fear of choreography is what she want to let go of. Felicia, she got a CD. She says she feels like record labels are the root of her issues or whatever, so she's gonna burn that. Shamari has an old VHS tape of some behind the scenes footage from their, I think it was their album that was supposed to come out just before no, I forgot that girl name. It's Shamari, Brandy. What was the other group member's name, y'all? The one that passed. That lady name is not left out, but y'all know that's what's at the forefront of my mind. I cannot think of her name for nothing right this second. But anyway, she's gonna burn that. Nivea has a rose that she wore to her mom's funeral, and she's been holding on to it. She feels like it's time to release that. Now that had everybody crying. Everybody was crying with that. I'm sure that was very tough on her. When it's all over, Nivea is still sticking around outside, and Pam and Irish go out there to check on her. She's not taking it well, the fact that Aubrey left. Being the fact that she's a solo artist, like, her leaving so abruptly has her feeling like, well, shit, maybe I should leave too. Like, it's made her very uneasy. She's having a tough time processing that. Keely, she come down to the kitchen to where Shamari, Irish, and Misha are congregating. She asked if anybody's in the mood to do some choreography. They all, at first, Misha's like, nah, girl, nah, get on in there. Shamari tell her that too. Oh, no, we going practice. They head to the studio. Keely feeling her Lorianne beats, and so I need this, I need that. Give me mic, because Misha kept putting the mic down, and it, truthfully so, if you are gonna, be performing and you are lip syncing, like, you do need to hold that mic right here, so that the people don't even know you lip syncing. Like, they'll just be seeing this right here in your boom cats. Not seeing your mouth counting the 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not what we want to see. So they really do have to work on that. Both Irish and Misha, of course, because they don't like to take direction from people that are younger than them, or who they deem, oh, you ain't there yet. Now, I don't know what that's about, but they are not. They don't take direction well. They just don't. They end up leaving or whatever. Shamari had her boom cat on lock, though. I'm going to say that. Shamari had it down. Keely, she heads back to the studio, to fill Fallon and Felicia in on her disappointment in dance rehearsal. She's just like, they're not taking the direction, and Fallon and Felicia are like, at this point, everybody got to take direction. Me too, because we got to get it right. Like, the show is coming up. They got to get it right. While they're down there talking, because they really start, going in a little bit. Keely's on some, that she gonna look bad and I ain't gonna have nothing to say. It's gonna be like, camera on Irish, put the camera on Misha, keep it on Misha, which is true. When you start messing up, they gonna keep that camera right on you just to see if you gonna get it back together. But they were talking about them, and Irish and Misha were upstairs, you know, overhearing, listening like everybody always do, because they do a lot of eavesdropping in that house. And, you know, of course, they go right down there. So what was said? Oh, yeah, we overheard it all. Y'all might want to close the door when y'all in here talking shit, because we heard it all. What was said? And Keely's like, it was never my intention to do that. Don't do it with them then. Don't do it with them. Keely be having so much mouth. And then when she's confronted with it, then she's a very white woman. It was not my intention to go. Girl, shut up. What was the intention then? What was the intent? Anyway, they have this back and forth. Nivea chimes in because they're trying to explain, you know, what was said, and Fallon is like, okay, I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain what they was trying to say. You're only as strong as your weakest link. And everybody's like, girl, you just gonna call the people a weak link? No, we're not doing that. Nivea chimes in at this point and is like, see, we can't be calling a girl a weak link. Like, that's not friendly. You know, that's not nice. That's not sisterly. You can say what you're trying to say a different way. She didn't, you know, y'all didn't bring anything to her. She had to overhear what y'all was saying. So, yeah, it's messed up. Nivea was like, I mean, me, personally, if it were me, I would have came down and punched a bitch in the motherfucking face. Fallon was giving that cheap look. Like, okay, let me tread lightly now because I think she's serious. She's serious. She was serious. But they have this back and forth. Nivea has to jump in front of Misha because what started it was they on their way out of the room. I think Fallon or Felicia was like, she's gonna get her blood pressure up. What you say about my blood pressure? Now, girl, you sensitive? You're a little sensitive because you know you overweight, and so you felt like that was a weight shaming kind of comment. And I think sis was just trying to say you gon' I think partly she was being shady, and then on the other side it's the stress levels and stressing out and all of that does raise your blood pressure. But she was being shady. She was definitely being shady with that. I never said anything about your blood. Girl, you just said what you said. Anyway, they're going back and forth. Nivea then jumped in. Fallon and Felicia, they raising their voice at Nivea. It's just a mess. It's a mess. It's really a mess. Nivea then end up going upstairs. This was funny. Shamari, after the whole situation, after they go their separate ways, Shamari just sitting there like I was falling out laughing because that would be me. That would be me. It's completely crazy in here. I can't do nothing but fall out and laugh because it's y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. The twins, of course, you know how they are. They feeling bad now. Oh wait, Nivea is really she's an intricate part of this whole situation. Like, we want all her vocals, we want all of that. Like, let's not burn this bridge. Let's go apologize. When they go up there, Nivea in there already packing her clothes. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to talk. Didn't I say don't bring them up here? Like, she was completely in a whole different headspace at that point. At that point, anybody could have got it. Anybody. She came out that room like the Tasmanian devil, coming down them stairs, and Keely was coming, run up on me, telling y'all like what this shit. And they like, girl, I was just coming to bring you your coffee. I was just coming to tell you somebody was on the phone for you. Like, please, don't beat me up. Don't beat me up. They done lost Nivea though, because Nivea ends up leaving. I don't think she's coming back. Because I had already read somewhere where Aubrey leaves and somebody else leaves. It's really bad that they let Nivea get out that house. And I wish that producers wouldn't have allowed that, because she's they needed Aubrey. Now that Aubrey ain't there, we all see, okay, she might have been a little bit of an asset. But Nivea, yeah, Don't let Nivea go. Don't let Nivea go. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That's where we end out the end. Yeah, that's it. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.